911, what's the address of the emergency?
1550 Double B Street.
Okay, and the phone number you're calling from?
315. Hold on, I just got this new phone. But ma'am, you guys just had troopers out here like literally less than a minute ago, and they said they left because I called them about somebody walking around my front porch after they'd left the first time they came over here and told me not to touch my weapons for the rest of the night. And then somebody starts walking around my house, and they showed up again trying to get me to come out the house. They said they didn't feel comfortable that we could do a police report over the phone, and then he kept trying to get me out. I said, no, sir, I don't feel comfortable. I tried explaining to them the reason why, and they just left, and all of a sudden now somebody else is walking around up there on the porch. Ma'am, I'm hiding in my basement because I was hamstrung and told I couldn't touch my weapons because I smoked a hit of weed 3 hours ago. And as soon as they left the first time, 10 minutes after, somebody started walking around my house because I tried to explain to them that I was being followed for the last 8 months because I had stumbled into a ring of thieves out in Big Lake that was trying to bust into my house constantly, and they've been following me for the last 8 months, and I can't get no help. And so
Okay, but Raymond, the troopers were just there.
that's what I'm saying, ma'am. You don't understand, but they just left literally a minute ago. They parked. They didn't even come in the driveway. They didn't even drive up. They parked in the AT&T parking lot. They didn't have their lights on. I asked him to turn on his lights so that I could see him, so that I knew that it was them. And next thing you know, he says, hold on, I gotta walk to my car. 3 minutes go by, no lights. I said, hey sir, I can see your flashlight by the dump trailer there, but I don't see the red and blue lights. He's like, well, they're not gonna be in your driveway, ma'am. Now there's somebody walking around again.
Okay, just 1 moment, okay? I'm gonna see if the sergeant's available for
I don't want to talk to that sergeant, ma'am. I'd like to try to talk to somebody else that wasn't here. One of the 6 people, troopers that wasn't here earlier, ma'am.
Okay, well, we don't have a plethora of troopers available.
But you do have a trooper that could take my call that wasn't one of those 6 people that came here. I do know that much. You do understand this is going live, right, ma'am?
I do understand that, but I don't know that we have any available that aren't on a call currently because we had quite a few over there to try to help you.
You guys sent 6 the first time.
I will see if there's one available. Just 1 moment, please. Okay, I'm gonna put you on hold. Just 1 moment.
Okay, ma'am.
911. Please hold for the next available agent. 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 911. Please hold.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 9.
All right, wait a minute. I'm gonna. Whoa.
Yo.
Okay, I'm gonna put you through a trooper. Just one moment.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, this is Trip Reed and Chuck.
Hello, sir. This is Raymond Mutes Jr. I just had troopers over here twice, and the first time they told me before they.
What's that?
I said the first time they left my house tonight, they told me I couldn't touch my weapons, and after I had told them I was being followed for the last 8 months, and that reason why I have guns out, and they left, and then 10 minutes later somebody started walking around my porch, so I literally went to my basement because they just got done telling me not to touch my guns, and so I called the 911, it's all on recording, so they came back with the same trooper that when they asked me about Amelia, because it's emotional for me, right after he tried to say I was slurring my words, and I said, no sir, I'm not, it's all on recording. I said, no, I'm not. And they left, told me not to touch my guns. Literally right after that, I had somebody walk on my porch. I called them, they said they're sending them. 15 minutes later, the sergeant told me he would call me when he got here to let me know it was him that was doing a sweep of the house. I said, okay. Called the dispatch again. They showed up. He was here. Never called me. They wants me to come outside. I said, I don't feel comfortable, sir. I said, because if I walk outside, if I touch a broom handle, anything can be considered a weapon. I said, and it's at your disposal whether or not because I smoked one hit of weed 3 hours ago, you decide whether or not I'm good or not, and who am I going to be the next statistic? I said, I just don't feel comfortable. I do this over the phone. He kept wanting me to come out. I said, okay, I'm alright. So I walk up there. Then he asked me to put my dog in the room. Well, that makes me worried. Why do you want to do that? If I'm just coming out so you can show me that the property was cleared. So I come back down, and I'm trying to get him to give me a definite answer of when I can get into my truck and go, so because I don't feel safe here, but I don't want to be pulled over because he's sitting down the road and has the ability to just decide whether I was good or not, and I can't get a straight answer. And so they literally left, and literally a minute after they left, somebody else is walking on my porch. After he told me 12 hours, it's a little bit in my eyes. That's just they're doing the same thing. You're hamstringing me from defending myself, because just like alcohol, they say 1 shot, 1 hour. I can't, and I used to smoke weed a lot, and I just started recently because of going through a divorce, and all the stress in my body's been beat up for over the years, and never in my life would it ever take 12 hours to become sober off of 1 hit. And so I believe I'm being hamstrung. I tried to ask the late dispatch to send me to somebody that could give me the authority to defend myself, because I literally am in fear of my life. I'm 6'5", 240 pounds, and I'm hiding behind damn boxes in my fucking basement because I was told I couldn't touch my weapons to defend myself, and it just so happens that the troopers left, and right after somebody starts walking around on my deck twice now, but I can't defend myself because I stumbled into a stinking ring of freaking thieves out in Big Lake, and they were trying to break into my deal, and ever since then they've been following me and boxing me in places, and it's been recorded across a lot. I've had to call the troopers multiple times about people breaking into my house. Had to talk to tons of you guys for stopping me. It's known, but yet I was hamstringed tonight, and I literally called my dad and left him a voicemail because I didn't know if I was going to walk out of this house tonight because I had just been hamstrung without no way to know if it was how long is long enough. He just said don't touch your weapons tonight. Well, man, you really put me in a bad spot. Especially after I literally been trying to tell you guys people have been following me for 8 months. And you literally walk away and tell me not to touch my rifles. What am I supposed to think? I'm going to end up another statistic on the dang TV?
That's not what we were trying to do. We were trying to make everything safe for you to come out so we could help you.
So again, you do guys understand I am recording and going live across some different streamers, and I did ask the lady to transfer me to somebody that was not connected to coming here on the first term around. It's not because of anything other than I just don't feel safe about it, and I would feel safer talking to somebody that wasn't here. So the dispatcher said she was going to connect me to somebody, and she just told me that she connected me to somebody, but you already knew the situation, so that was a lie. Why are you guys lying to me? Why can't I just talk to somebody that wasn't here?
We tried to, but obviously, we're all super busy, and other troopers are handling.
Do you understand that there's 4 cities just here in between Willow and Anchorage, and there's troopers for each one of those? There's troopers for Fairbanks, there's troopers for Nanana, there's troopers for freaking Nome, there's troopers for everywhere. I just asked to talk to one that was not involved in this so that I could get a non-jaded opinion about it and talk to somebody that didn't have investment in it. And nothing against you, it just could be the coincidence, but I just literally want to talk to somebody that it does not have investment in this. Because you were here, you have investment in it. Because right now I'm about to call a news company and I'm going to put them on the speakerphone and I'm going to send them my recordings because I do feel like you guys are being jaded right now for some odd reason. Like I did you guys some kind of dirty deed when I've never done nothing wrong. Got a couple fishing violations. It feels like you guys are just... Literally, I've been defending the police officers and the military since this crap came out. And I'm sitting here now. I can understand why people might get a little angry and their views get changed because of this situation right here. It's pretty sad. But we can't go living on life without you guys, otherwise it's going to turn into a madhouse out there. But I can understand why people get jaded a little bit about police officers, and this is the reason why. And it's no fault of maybe some bad coincidences, but it does sure feel like y'all are just literally just asked for one thing that was it. Talk to somebody that was not invested in this, and you guys lied to me and said that you put me to somebody, and then you tell me you were here. How is that supposed to make somebody feel like you guys are on my side to serve and protect? Because it doesn't feel like it.
Like I just said, usually when we deal with something in the general area, the troopers in this area are responsible. And
no, I get that, sir. I really do. I even told the lady that I was just trying to get
busy with some other things too, so I was available trooper to speak with you, and I'm here
literally, I don't know why.
All we were trying to do there is to make sure the world was safe, make sure there was no firearms involved. Have you come out, and we were gonna help you out.
You do know what you just told me, right? You just told me you came here to make sure I didn't touch a firearm after you guys told me not to, after I felt like my life was in danger because somebody was on my porch walking around. So you were here to...
I was on the property. There was nobody there that we seen. We had several troopers on the property walk around, and we did not see any signs of anybody there.
So do you understand where it's coming from? Because for me, I know it's probably just, our brains do habits because we're creatures of habit, so you're on lots of calls. But you do understand that you just told me that you came here to make sure there was no weapons involved, when I just done telling you that you guys hamstrung me from being able to defend myself by not telling me that I couldn't touch my weapons. Do you see how that makes me, how that looks? Like you guys were setting it up. Like you had somebody come up and walk on my porch thinking I would go grab a gun after you guys told me not to, and you guys would show up and put me in jail. That's what that looks like. You understand from my point of view? I'm just trying to give you my point of view. But I get it. You say things because it's things that you go over probably in a million different calls. But you see how that makes me feel? You see? And I get it. That's human. We do things because it's automatic. We do things so many times that you probably deal with so many people and weapons and tell them, and crazy stuff happens and they don't do what you ask and then somebody gets hurt. But this case is not the case. I'm sitting here afraid for my life, and you literally just got done telling me you came to check to see if weapons had been involved.
We were making sure no weapons were involved. We made sure there was nobody on the property, so there was no need for fire there. We were going to come there and help you out. I know there were some statements made that you wanted. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't like I said. I wasn't the officer that heard you say anything, but we just want to make sure anyone wanted to hurt themselves or anything like that. All right. So
hurt myself? Who wants to hurt whose self? Nobody wants to hurt nobody's self. I just want to be protected from the people that have been following me, and it hasn't happened. It just feels like y'all are trying to set me up, and that's what I've been trying to say. That's the reason why I didn't want to go out. That's why I wanted to talk to somebody that wasn't in this region, somebody that I didn't feel had investment in it, not because it's any of your fault, just because the way things may have came out at the wrong time and may look like things. I just wanted a pair of eyes, a pair of ears that had nothing to do with this region, so that I didn't feel like things were being jaded because they just happened to come out at the wrong point in time, and it just looks that way. That's what I'm saying, sir.
Okay. Well, I think we had almost the entire shift. I was just at your house there. We had about half to three-quarters of our shift at your house trying to help you out there. We had several troopers there.
6 of you.
Trying to help you. We're always trying to have you come out of the house, and we're trying to help you. That's all we're trying to do. We cleared the property. We didn't see anybody. All we were trying to do is to help you out.
Right. I don't know how lying when I asked to talk to somebody that wasn't involved in the earlier case of coming to my house is helping me. It seems like that's odd, a little out of place, makes me feel even more uneasy. You see how I'm saying? This is just my feelings. That doesn't mean it's like that's what happened. It just, circumstances, people say things out of just because we're human and we just say things automatically because they're in our brain. But you see how that makes me feel when somebody, especially a law enforcement person, it looks like they lied because they told me that it was somebody different that wasn't involved, and then you were here. That really doesn't make this any more reassuring and comfortable. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not even saying you guys are doing anything wrong. I'm just saying from what it looked like and the way it came out and at the points it came out, the coincidences, that's how it portrays itself. And I was just asking for a set of ears that wasn't involved in this so that I felt comfortable, that I didn't feel like I was being set up because of how things came out and when they came out on a coincidence. You see what I'm saying?
I got you, Raymond. But like I said, usually, I don't know if you're familiar. I know you're familiar with Alaska, and you know the Alaska State Troopers, and you know we're all over the state. But usually how it works is if we get a call or anything within that area, so within the valley, Palmer, Wasilla, Talkeetna, usually it's the troopers in that area that will respond or take the call.
No, I understand that, sir, but as a public servant, then when I asked for somebody that wasn't in this region, that should be granted. And I don't see why it was such a big deal unless you guys are trying to play me, which I doubt. I just don't want to believe that. That would be terrible to believe. So I'm just curious on why they didn't patch me to somebody that wasn't in this region, and why she stated that it was and it wasn't. And I'm just asking, can you guys can you send me, or can you transfer me to somebody and maybe Nana?
I'll call you back. Hey, Raymond, I got another call coming in. Can I call you back later?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Raymond. Bye-bye.